Malahat Awan. Grace is our studio today. She is a powerful voice for education and culture in Pakistan. At IBA, she serves as Director, Alumni Affairs, Resource Mobilization, and Corporate Relations, and she has played a pivotal role in fostering alumni engagement and strengthening corporate partnerships. She's also president of Tehzeeb Foundation, which is a non-profit organization dedicated to preserving and promoting Pakistan's cultural and artistic heritage, which is providing a very, very important platform for classical, semi-classical, folk music, fine arts, and literature. She's a true role model for women. She shows us that intellect and tradition can walk hand in hand. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Radio Azad again.
Walaikum assalam. Thank you so much for having me again.
Thank you to our very talented friend Amreen Khan, the wearer of many hats, as we were just talking about. But today, for being such a much admired friend and supporter of Radio Azad. So, उन्होंने मिलाया हमें.
Yes. And she is a वो जो नहीं connector होता जो कि अच्छे लोगों को मिलाता है. So she's a brilliant connector. Yeah.
She's a brilliant person herself. And बहुत कम लोग हैं वैसे जो मिलाते हैं, आपको पता है ना?
जी बिल्कुल हम बात कर रहे थे इंटरव्यू शुरू होने से पहले कि people not everybody is kind and generous. हालांकि nature is kind and generous and abundant, but लोगों में वो generosity कुछ लोगों में कम है.
जी बिल्कुल. So Malahat, your career journey has been very inspiring. Can you share what first drew you towards leadership and social impact work?
So I've been working for 30 years now. So I've worked for the British Council, I've worked for the British Embassy, I've worked for Asian Development Bank. But for the last 8 years, I'm working for IBA. And what I like at IBA about my job is that it changes lives. And somebody asked me, what do you do? I said, I change lives. And they said, how do you do that? So I said, because higher education provides that ticket out of poverty and provides that platform or like a वो क्या कहते हैं equalizer for people to come out of the circle of poverty and have equal opportunities as somebody from a privileged background. So that is what I like. I look after financially deserving students, and we make sure that they get financial aid and scholarships.
But for people who don't know, what is IBA?
Okay. So IBA is Institute of Business Administration, Karachi. We have been around for 70 plus years. We are the oldest business school in Pakistan. And now we have ventured from being a business school to a liberal arts school as well as a school of computer science. So we have 22 programs, and we have about 5,000 students enrolled in all of these programs. And our claim to fame is that we are a public sector university, but giving the quality of a private sector institution. So हमारा जो claim to fame है वो ये है कि whether you are the son of a prime minister or a minister, अगर आपके marks नहीं हैं तो admission नहीं मिलेगा.
मैंने यही सुना है कि it is one of the most rigorous admissions process.
Yes. So we get all applications from around Pakistan, like about 15,000, and only 900 get in. So that is how competitive we are. Bilkul.
Interesting. And is it like, so people enter it after inter?
So people enter it after A levels or intermediate, and then it's a 4-year degree, undergrad, and then it's a 2 years master's program, or masters or MBA or data analytics. So we now have 22 programs in total, and we also have postgrad degrees.
Very interesting. Some of your most famous alum, I'm sure you get this question all the time.
I would be spoiled for choice. So from Shaukat Aziz, who was the Prime Minister, to Sabir Sami, who was the global CEO of KFC. It doesn't get any better than that. We have Mohsin Nathani, Amir Paracha, who heads Unilever, Tabish Hashmi, who's the anchor and
Yes.
stand-up comic, to Barbecue Tonight के owner हमारे alum हैं. I mean, I could go on and on and on. Shaila Ali, Google की vice president हैं. She lives in California. Uh, so we have about an alumni network of about 22,000 alumni spread across the globe. And out of those, about 250 are heading companies around the globe.
MashaAllah.
Yeah.
Excellent. And is that what brings you to Dallas?
Yes, as part of my role is, of course, reaching out to alumni to kind of ask them for support in terms of giving back, in terms of knowledge, mentoring our students, providing jobs for them, or research, and also supporting these. जो मैंने शुरू में बात की कि हम we give financial assistance to deserving students. So we have a need blinds admission policy, and after somebody gets in, we ask whether you would like financial aid or not. So I also look after the financial aid portfolio. And I want to tell you that during COVID, it's said that adversity brings out the best in people. And it's so true that during COVID, I reached out to alumni and I said, people who could afford are unable to pay now. So during COVID, 30 classes came forward from across all over the world, and they set up endowment funds.
Endowments.
So, although people were losing jobs and everybody was impacted by COVID, but it was the time when people thought, that's the time to give back. So our alumni support IBA from in whatever capacity, whether they give it personally or give it through referrals or give it through their companies, but they support us, and I'm really grateful to them.
And that's it's a concept which is now catching on, with alumni, that we need to give back to our institutions. With the Khan University, where my husband is an alumni, it's the same thing. And
Yeah.
I went to college here at Mount Holyoke, and it's just ingrained in us from there that यहाँ पे तो system है ना.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that our higher educational institutions needed to have caught on a long time ago. So I'm
Bilkul.
very happy to hear that IBA is doing that. You said it's a financially need blind admissions process. What about from different quota system in terms of the provinces? Is that the case as well?
No. So we don't have any quota. What we do have is a national talent hunt program, which is our outreach and diversity agenda. What we do is we go to all parts of Pakistan, especially the marginalized, the poorest of the poor, and we get students from there. We bring them to Karachi, we build their capacity for 2 months, and then they're able to take the test. So they compete with the HSonians and grammarians of this world. We don't bring down the bar, we make them achieve that bar. So we work on them for 2 months. So that is our diversity agenda. But again, merit is the same. So merit nahi kam hoga, whether no matter aap kahan se bhi belong karte hain. And the good thing with the National Talent Hunt program is कि बच्चे जो सिब्बी, लोरालाई, खुजदार, ऐसी जगहों से आते हैं जहाँ पहली दफ़ा they come into Karachi, and with our जो हमारी capacity हम उनकी build करते हैं, they are able to either take admission in IBA या किसी और top tier university में admission हो जाता है. So they don't go back, they stay in Karachi, complete their degree, and then find a job.
It's interesting what they must be going through. Karachi provides a culture shock even to us Karachiites sometimes.
That is true. That is true. Bilkul.
Achha. What in the break you were telling me one of the most fabulous stories about one of the alums.
Yeah.
Would you like to share that?
So I have such brilliant success stories, और वो इतनी heartwarming और इतनी inspiring होती हैं. एक one of the students, उसके वालिद रिक्शा चलाते थे, और there were 7 sisters, और वालिद साहब जो थे वो was a Maulvi, and she got admission in IBA and she was on the National Talent Hunt stream, so she got full scholarship. और वो औरंगी town, which is one of the slums areas of Karachi, वहाँ से वो आती थी. तो मैंने उसके वालिद से एक दफ़ा मुलाकात की और मैंने कहा कि आपको कैसे ख्याल आया, 7 बेटियां उनकी पढ़ रही हैं, एक डाउ में है, एक ज़ैबिस्ट में, एक इकरा में है, सब यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में. तो उन्होंने कहा कि जब मेरी 7 बेटियां पैदा हुई तो मुझे मोहल्ले वाले बहुत देते थे ताने कि हम देखते हैं रिक्शा ड्राइवर है, ये क्या करेगा. मैंने मुझे ज़िद हो गई, मैंने सोचा मैं सब बच्चों को पढ़ाऊँगा और मैंने अपने बच्चों को कहा कि मैं तुम्हें इंटरमीडिएट तक पढ़ा सकता हूँ, उसके बाद स्कॉलरशिप लो और पढ़ो। सो ऑल ऑफ देम उनके अंदर भी दैट दे हैड दैट फायर इन देयर बेली। और ये बच्ची माशाल्लाह से ग्रेजुएट करके शी वाज फर्स्ट वर्किंग इन सिस्टम्स एज अ सिस्टम एनालिस्ट एंड नाउ शी इज़ डूइंग हर मास्टर्स एट McGill यूनिवर्सिटी ऑन फुल
Wow.
स्कॉलरशिप। सो and then there's a student Rahima who's from the conflict ridden area of Hazara,
Mm-hmm.
or Hazara se she came on full scholarship, and now she is she's gone on to Harvard और वो वहाँ से मास्टर्स कर रही है. सो स्पेशली जो ये बच्चियाँ हैं, आई मीन ऑफ कोर्स वी हैव मेल स्टूडेंट्स एंड उनकी सक्सेस स्टोरीज, बट द व्हेन फीमेल कम्स आउट, तो वो अपनी कम्युनिटी के अंदर भी शी बिकम्स रोल मॉडल, सो हमारे लिए दोनों बहुत प्रेशियस हैं दी सक्सेस स्टोरीज, बट आई थिंक ये जो फीमेल सक्सेस स्टोरीज हैं ये बहुत प्रेशियस हैं.
Bilkul, because they change the entire community that they live in. And actually, that's a great segue into my next question. Ke, what would you change about the instruction system or the support system or even the extracurricular environment at IBA to better prepare women to enter the leadership in our country?
So we have about 32 student societies. So from public speaking to leadership to to music to you name it, and we have these extracurricular activities, and we encourage students, female and male, to take part in that, because that sets the stage for leadership roles. Abhi humne, just before I came out to Dallas, we had the Alumni Excellence Awards, where we give awards to exceptional alumni. And we partnered with the Alumni Student Society. And we had these 30 students who were part of the host committee, and they managed the event. They interacted with the alumni, they invited them. So I made sure that they were part of the core committee, which which orchestrated the entire event. So when students manage such events, they know how to do it in their professional lives as well. Similarly, वी हैव, आपने अलमनाई की बात की, मेरे बहुत सारे अलमनाई हैं जो कि हमारा एक प्रोग्राम है परवाज, विच इज़ आर हैंड्स होल्डिंग एंड मेंटोरशिप प्रोग्राम. सो alumni from all over the world mentor and guide our students. Again, the idea is, for instance, Sabir Sami की मैंने बात की, Sabir Sami regularly mentors students at IBA. So somebody who has that leadership stature and that acumen, अगर वो आपको एक घंटा भी दे देता है, that is so precious.
Yeah.
So to kind of go back to your question about what can students do, students need to make sure कि जितनी opportunities हैं extracurricular चीज़ों की, whether it is orientation and taking them into various companies and offices and organizations, to events, to sessions. हम बहुत सारे guest speaker sessions, leadership sessions करते हैं. हमारे यहाँ पिछले साल हुसैन दाऊद साहब came and he spoke about generosity and giving back and philanthropy, and he spoke for 90 minutes. And I tell you, Aisha, pin drop silence tha. He's and he had recently had that submersible key tragedy, so he lost his son as well as grandson. And in that 90 minutes, he thanked Allah 90 times, I think. Wow. 19 or 20 times. Okay, I'm so grateful for जो नेमते अल्लाह ने मुझे दिए हैं. So I had goosebumps that this is a person who's gone through a personal tragedy, and yet he is so grateful to Allah. So इस तरह के लोगों से बहुत सीखने को, मतलब मुझे इतना सीखने को मिलता है, तो सोचिए एक 19-year-old would pick up so many things. Yeah. So I tell my students, I said, you should be a sponge near these people, pick up as much as you can.
Right. What great advice actually that is, because when you're a student, all you can think about is graduating, not absorbing everything along the way.
बिल्कुल. Yeah. अब तो मैं आपको बताऊं, when we have these recruitment drives, companies come, they don't look at the degree, they don't look at the courses, they don't look at the internship, they look at you. They see what you bring to the table. आप खुद कैसे हैं, आप में critical thinking है नहीं है, team building आप कर सकते हैं नहीं, how do you work, how do you present yourself. So ये और भी important हो गया, and especially with the AI coming in.
Yeah.
Students need to know that जितने ज़्यादा वो होलिस्टिक पर्सनालिटी दिखाएंगे, जितने ज़्यादा वो अवेयर होंगे, एक्सपोज होंगे टू टू मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजीज एंड इंफॉर्मेशन, the more chances of them being picked up by